Hey guys, it's Callum here from Total Endurance. So just a quick video to chat you through the new Hoka Clifton 9. So it's just come out a couple of weeks ago, managed to get a few runs, so it's just a bit of a kind of initial review of the shoe. So a couple really cool updates with it. Main bit actually been through the cushioning, so the same Hoka EVA kind of compressed foam that they use, they've just completely reconstructed it. So what that's resulted in is a slightly higher stack height now, so it's a couple mils more than the Clifton 8, but it actually feels really nice. So we're getting that nice kind of soft landing that you would expect from a Hoka. It still has a responsive feeling to it. That's probably the biggest difference, I would say, to the Clifton 8. Clifton 8 still felt quite soft, but actually I didn't really feel like I was getting any sort of forward momentum. Although it's still a soft landing, I do feel like I'm getting that little bit more responsiveness from it. So actually, if you're maybe doing some longer tempo runs, things like that, I might actually still start to use a Clifton 9 for that. So some really cool kind of updates with the midsole. In terms of the kind of outsole, the rubber outsole on the bottom, they've changed the traction pattern of it a little bit, but actually it's very similar, I would say, to the previous version in terms of the grip that I feel from it. It's a nice thick kind of rubber outsole, so if you're looking for a shoe that's going to get you a lot of miles, get that 400 or 500 miles, Clifton's probably going to do it for you. In terms of the upper and the fit, so it has kind of reconstructed from the previous version. It does look a little bit different, but actually it's still very breathable. You can kind of see with this pattern they've got through the heel of it, on this kind of flared heel on the back. It has changed a little bit, but actually in terms of fit and feeling, it's very similar, I would say, to the Clifton 8. The tongue as well, a little bit plusher than some of the, for example, something like a Mach 5, but it still feels like it locks down pretty well. In terms of fit, so Hoka are always a little bit narrower. People get a little bit confused about it because it's a wide base to the shoe, but actually the upper is always fit quite neatly. So with that, I would say you should probably go up half a size in comparison to a lot of other brands. So I'm an 8.5 and on, but I would wear a 9 in a Hoka. A couple other things, so I would say for the previous version we had a few people were complaining a little bit of a slight kind of pinching sensation in the medial arch. There's kind of two reasons for that. It either means you've got quite a flat arch, which is one reason, or your foot's just a little bit too wide for the active foot frame. So with most Hoka shoes, you actually sit slightly inside this cushioning, so if your foot's just a little bit too wide for it, what's going to happen is your foot's going to just be overlapping and it'll be pinching or rubbing against it, and that's going to cause you a blister. So it's really important that you do get the right size. It's why most Hoka shoes will come up with like a wide option as well. So if you find the standard's just a little bit too narrow, maybe going to that wide option's not a bad thing. So for me, the shoe is kind of, if you're very new to running, you're maybe heel striking, landing quite heavily on your heel, the cushioning's just going to take in a bit of that impact for you. Hoka do this awesome thing called a meta rocker, so slight curvature up on the heel, and then the curvature that starts kind of from your metatarsal to the forefoot. So it rolls you nicely, it kind of transitions you quite well from your heel midfoot onto your forefoot. So yeah, that's another a really cool thing. If I was to compare it to, say, its competitor with On, it would probably be something like a Cloud Stratos. They are, although both neutral soft shoes, they feel very different. So Hoka's got that very soft kind of landing feeling to it, or Stratos a little bit of a firmer landing with it having the speedboard through it, but actually Stratos is probably giving you just slightly more responsiveness with it. In terms of fit as well, Stratos the wide fit, Hoka Clifton just that little bit narrower. Another really kind of selling point to me with the Clifton is the weight of it. It's pretty unbelievably kind of light for being a cushion shoe. It actually comes up about 50 grams lighter than a Stratos. So if you're kind of looking for a longer distance marathon shoe without the weight of it, a Hoka's probably potentially a good option to look at. So yeah, that's the Clifton 9.